All right, guys, I think it is definitely time for Chester to make a comeback. So here we are. This is technically our second run back after 3 months. He did not run for 3 whole months. He had him a little much needed vacay, but he is ready to be back. So we are in Paragould, Arkansas. I've never run any horse in this arena. Chester's never run here. So it's all new to us. I'm just getting him tacked up. The sun was going down, which was very pretty, and I was really excited to get to run him again. I had been really working on conditioning him, getting him back in running shape. I can't just pull him out after 3 months and run him, so he had been getting ridden, and then especially before I took him to a race, I ramped up that conditioning to get him ready. He looks great, he feels great, so I am just so happy about that, and I'm sure you guys are too. Tonight, I believe we are going to be running in the Hot Head Stalls teal boots. So these look really good on him. I really like the way blue pops on him, and of course they match my blue helmet. You don't like it. Snort it out. You're gonna act like it. It's not that bad. It helps you breathe, I think.
Stress them out.
I think I put it a little low, but it's fine. Okay, so I did go up there and watch the first few girls run so I could see what the arena looked like and see, you know, kind of my angles and such. Now I'm going to go get on Chester because we cannot hear a thing at our trailer and I don't want to miss our run. I put on his practice bit, which is also the bit I warm up in. It has split reins. I just really like that for him, and it works really good for me to warm him up in that and then switch to his running bit right before our run. Really helps me keep him nice, collected, and everything in the warm-up, even though I did get a little excited this night. Here I am riding through the parking lot, making my way to where everyone was warming up, which was just a big field right behind the alleyway. So nothing too fancy, but hey, we live the rodeo life, so this is actually really awesome. And it was a little wet, but not too bad. I'm gonna walk him around for quite a while. Like I said, I also got on just so I could hear and see what was happening, so I knew I had a little bit before I really needed to get him warm. I'm going to ask him, I think, here for a little trot. I'm not going to immediately grab him and ask him to put his head down or anything. I am just kind of going, oh no, never mind. He was actually getting excited here. I was wanting him to walk, so scrap everything I was just saying. I definitely scripted this out before I recorded it. Anyway, we are still walking. He was getting a little excited because he can, see people running in. He can hear the announcer. He can hear people yelling. He can see people running out. Okay, now it's not a drill. I asked him to trot this time. So we were kind of arguing about the speed just a little bit here. I asked him for the trot, but then I kind of am trying to gently ask him if he could reel it back in here. We're not about to go 40 miles per hour in this field. That's not safe, even though it would be so much fun, of course. So I'm just trying to gently ask him to slow it down and kind of put his head down, just be a little more collected and listening. That is why I really like to warm him up in this practice bit in split reins. I just am able to communicate with him better. There I asked him to switch directions and he did really good. I do tighten my cinches before I run. Here I'm going to ask him to put his head down, kind of back up, and then I'm going to trot again. We're going to walk some more and then we are going to lope. You can see Chester Bobester is super excited. We were going kind of fast out here, but at least he kept his head down. This way is looking a lot better, more controlled, and a little less crazy. But that's what's fun about Chester. He does really good, honestly. He's not all that bad. It just takes a lot of love and communication for him. So I did lope both ways, trot both ways. And now it's time for us to go get it and make our run. I'm wanting him to come in very calm and controlled. He does sometimes want to take off from the back, of course, but I'm trying to keep that from happening. And I do laugh at him because he is really asking for me to let him go, but he's being kind of nice about it. So here is our run.
Get past it. Come on. Get past it.
Sadie comes out with a 16.160. 16.160.
Guys, that run was so good. He ended up winning the whole race. I could not be happier with him. It was so good, and it felt so good to be back on him. I think there were like 100 people at the race, so he came in and he topped the leaderboard. Now 2 days later, it's time to make our next run at another somewhat local jackpot. So this one is about an hour from home at Imboden, Arkansas, and here I am getting Chester tacked up. Same tack, same everything, but we are going to change those sports boots. Okay, I grabbed out my Hothead Stalls sports boots with the cactus pattern on them out of my Hothead Stalls boot bag. And now we're going to get them on Chester. I like to make sure his legs are clean where I'm going to be putting the sports boots. to make sure nothing is rubbing him, that he's comfortable, and nothing would be in there pushing a tendon or anything in the wrong direction. When you do have leg protection and something that puts pressure, you want to make sure there is nothing kind of going the wrong direction, pushing anything in the wrong way. So I just like to make sure there's no dirt or anything on his legs. Also, ignore him doing that. He does that at any minor inconvenience. It's his favorite weird little thing to do. I do run him in all 4 sports boots. He's going real fast. I like to make sure he has all of that protection and support. I tie up his tail when I'm doing the back boots just because the tail is always getting in the way, getting stuck in the Velcro. And I mean, honestly, it's just really annoying. So I do a nice little knot. He can usually get it out pretty easy, but it keeps it up there just enough time to let me get these sports boots on him. I also have the matching bell boots, so we're gonna pop those on, and now we are, I think, ready to go warm up. Chester actually warmed up really good for me. We warmed up on some grass again. There is a warm-up arena here, but it had been really rainy, so it was pretty muddy. There, I asked him to stop the lope. I just kind of sit and let him chill for a minute before turning around and loping the other way. Pretty sure he's crossfiring here. He just loves to do that. But I'm not going to get in a fight here before a run. At home, I would stop him, correct him, and make sure he loped right. But here I'm just trying to get the speed at a better pace. I don't want to fight him before a run. If it were Dakota, I would stop him and fix him, but Chester, this does not set his run up very well if I'm fighting him. So when I feel like I've loped enough, I stop and bring him out of where I was warming up to get him to calm down. And now we are going to switch into my beautiful blingy crown, as I like to call it. It's Chester's crown, really, but this is our running bit. It is different from the one I warmed him up in, and I also do put a tie down on him, as you'll notice after warming up, but I do warm up without it. This is really going to let me control him in the alleyway, just to make sure we set our run up really good. He is a great horse, but he can get just a little strong, so I like the tie down just to make sure we start our runs off on the right foot and he doesn't kind of get out from under me in the alleyway. I'm going to tighten my saddle and stretch his legs out here. So I like to do this before I run, really get him, you know, stretched out. This is going to help prevent injury. It's going to make him feel good. Chester really likes to stretch, so I like to do it after we've warmed up and before we run. And whenever I switch that bit, he knows we mean business. He knows exactly what it means, so he will kind of, you know, just really be getting focused and locked in. I get back on so I can walk circles and get my better bands on. So here we can hear really well. I didn't have to be as stressed out about missing my run, and only running one horse really helps, makes it a little more manageable. There are my better bands. This is just so I can really move my legs around in the run without worrying about losing a stirrup, although I still lose them occasionally. Now it is time for our run, and here I am keeping him nice and controlled to get him into that alleyway. And today I'm really going to let him know that I want him to run, and he does. So here is our run. I kind of missed that angle to the first, but he does not really care. He gets right back to the second barrel. There I lift my leg, not sure if I really needed to, but hey, I'm not hitting a barrel. And then this was a gorgeous third, probably one of our best ever, and he ran a awesome time.
13.953, that'll be your new leader.
Oh my gosh, even though I was a little sloppy, he ran a 13.9 and won the whole race by a little over 2 tenths. Chester won. He had such a nice run. I was shocked because first and second was a little rough, but I really told him he needed to run, and he did. So he ran a 13.9, which is my personal best here, and won like $600 and something. He is chilling until we head home. He had some water. He knocked his bucket over, but he is grazing, and they're happy. So his comeback going pretty good. Okay, we got home from the barrel race at like 4. It is now 7 something. So I'm going to show you what I do basically every single day on him to make sure he stays running good, feeling good, and he doesn't get sore. And since he ran today, we are going to give him half a tube of paced electrolytes. He is on race recovery 2 times a day right now while he's running, so he is staying caught up on his electrolytes. We're not wasting a lot of them, but I do like to make sure they stay hydrated and up on their electrolytes. So we're going to do that first and then get the beamer on him to make sure his back and everything feels good. He hates this, so he's not going to be happy with me. I'm just going to do 30, which is half of the tube. I have race recovery tubes, but we're about to leave for the big summer run, and I'm saving them for that. But he is on the race recovery powder every single day. And twice a day when he's running. Otherwise, the maintenance is once a day. I'm so sorry. I know, but we gotta do it. There you go. I know. He's actually really good at taking medicine, but he hates taste electrolytes. So, yum. The Beamer blanket is a PIMP treatment, so it keeps his back from getting sore, kind of helps loosen up and relax those muscles. He has off until I think next weekend now, because we are going to start hauling. And Dakota's going to run the first rodeo, so I'm going to keep him beamered, keep him cold hosed, just keep him feeling good. I do cold hose him every single day, whether or not we've run. Okay, the Beamer is done, so we're gonna pull it off and start my cold hosing routine. Okay, I have a treat. Here you go. Okay, we're gonna pull off all of those fly boots so we can get his legs wet, and then we can put the ice boots on. What I'm going to do first is get his hocks wet with the water hose. Get his hocks wet with the water hose so he can put on those hawk ice vibes, and then we will do a timed cold hose on his front leg. The water just helps the ice make their legs even colder. It's like a conductor, so I really like to put water on before I put ice packs on their legs. I don't think there's anything better in this world than some cold water and ice, especially for inflammation. So while the Beamer cuffs are great for soreness, I'm wanting to completely get rid, well, sort of get rid of his inflammation. That way it doesn't make him sore, and that's really, really helpful for him. I think cold hosing is like one of the best things you can do for your horses. So he gets cold hosed 8 minutes every day, and he gets cold hosed on the back with the, well, I spray down his hocks most of the time and then put the boots on, but I do always, you know, cold hose timed up and down on the front, because he tends to be a little more sore on the front than he is in the back. While those hawk boots are working, the ice vibes are like a nice ice massage. It's going to really cool down those hocks. I think it's really, really important to ice and cold hose your horses. I think that's one of the best things you can possibly do for them. I don't believe in a lot for getting rid of inflammation, but there's nothing better than some cold water and some ice. So while those hawk boots are going, I'll cold hose his front legs for about 8 minutes timed, and then when those hawk boots are done, he's gonna get the front ice vibes on to kind of massage them and get them even colder than the water did. I don't really do any mud or anything like that. I do have a sweat I sometimes do, but that's like medicine. It's not like a mud. So when you're hauling and riding a lot, it's important to make sure they do not have any inflammation building up, because then they're going to get sore. So we try our best to prevent that. And my chair timer is set. Very cooperative. The timer went off at 8 minutes, so we're done cold hosing those front legs, and then the ice vibes got done after about 15 minutes. So now we can get the ice packs on the front legs and get the front boots going to give his front legs that nice ice massage as well. When those ice vibes are done, he will be ready to go back into his nice clean stall to eat some dinner and probably go to bed. He always loves to bed down in his shavings, so every morning he's covered. So I'm sure he's ready for dinner. Once those boots are done, he will have his dinner. We're gonna make kind of like a mash, and he gets race recovery powder and vitamin E powder at night. So the race recovery really works for him. Keeps him good. It's a lot of potassium, magnesium, just everything they need, and especially what they use when they run. So he's been doing really good on it, and he's gonna be so happy to eat dinner and go to bed. He did really good today and Thursday, so I could not be happier with my red lightning here. Lightning did strike twice this week, so I am more than happy with him. Okay, Chester is done ice vibing. I have all of his fly boots back on, so he's ready to go into his nice clean stall for the night while I get his hay net ready and dinner ready. Okay, let's make Chester's dinner. He gets 1 scoop of Ultium Gastric Care. I put it on top of some water, and then he gets 1 scoop of the Race Recovery powder. It does look a little nuclear, but it's good. And then he gets some vitamin E powder, and then I add some water on top, especially to get it really nice and moisturized for him and soft. So that was Chester's day. I hope you enjoyed really his last 2 runs. It was Chester's little comeback. He won both of these, so he's come back strong, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.